What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So with me being on a mini holiday over the weekend and the markets being closed yesterday, today's video will be all about my investing plans this week and what stocks I'm going to buy. And with all that being said, let's dive right on into today's video. So here we are on my Trading212 account. At the moment we have about €9,500 overall in this account. 375 of that is free funds. Now we'll be investing 125 of that later on. We're also up €1,190 or just under the 15% mark. Now as stated earlier, I was away over the last few days for the weekend, and also with the markets being closed yesterday, it certainly gives you a great opportunity to kind of take a step back and to see where best your capital can fit. And certainly it gave me a lot of opportunities to think of some ideas going forward. Now overall, it's kind of nice to see my portfolio recovering again. It was down about 3% over the last few weeks, but that 3% has already been recouped and we're back to where we were a few weeks back, which is good to see. Again, nearly 15% in profits. Now one of the companies that we've had in the red for the vast majority of the last few weeks or months was HiTID, and obviously I made a video yesterday showing that they finally got approved for the NASDAQ. So over the last month, they're up about 19 to 20%. And finally, because my overall position was down about 20%, we can see here it's up 8% at the moment, which means there's been a 28% swing, which is certainly brilliant news. So by having HighTide finally going back into the green, that now leaves only 2 holdings out of the 33 in my portfolio that are still in the red. So again, there's no point of really wasting time here going through my overall portfolio because I do that on a Friday every week. So basically, the 2 stocks I'm going to invest further in today are Tesla and the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. So for these 2 holdings, firstly the iShares, we have about 473 euro invested, have 44.67 shares, and it's down about 10.24%. And with Tesla, we have 520 euro invested, 1.19 shares, and it's down 9.88%. Now, as mentioned earlier, I'm going to be investing a further €125 today, and now we're going to have a look at how I'm going to split that capital up between these 2 stocks. So what I've decided to do with that €125, again there was about €1 and something as well in free capital, so I put €26.49 into the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF, and I put 100 of the 125 into Tesla. Now again, both have the same style monetary value and are both down nearly 10%. However, I do feel like I want to add further into my Tesla position. That's why I wanted to put most of the capital in here this week. Now, I've been always putting in capital into the iShares Clean Energy ETF, but again, as I said, I do want to diversify out my capital to dollar cost average as well. And because we have about 35 shares of the Clean Energy ETF and only 1.1 of Tesla, I definitely thought that the €100 was best suited within Tesla and 26 within the iShares ETF. So we can also see that at €100 has been invested into Tesla, and the 26.49 here will go in the morning because the London Stock Exchange is just closed. It's 5:01 now, so we just missed that by a minute. So again, it makes no difference, I know, but in the morning that order will go through as well, and that then will leave another €250 in free funds. I'm going to put 125 into the next 2 weeks as well, and kind of slowly drip feed capital in that way. We can see here with the Tesla position that we now have 1.21 shares. It shaved about 2% off the red, which I'm happy with. And now that has brought my overall average cost here down to about $677 or so. And it's currently trading at 625. So the closer I can get my average cost to the 650 or 625 mark, the better. But again, there's definitely no rush here as well. And obviously with my iShares position, it hasn't gone through yet. But at €26 will probably get me another 3 or 4 shares, which will probably bring me up to the 40 share mark. So that then leaves me with the kind of decisions of what to do going forward in terms of investing plans. Now the first of these, which I've discussed in prior videos, is once this overall portfolio here gets to the 10,000 mark on Trading212, so we're about €500 away at the moment, I would then start drip feeding some of my newer capital into Degiro. Now I've made many videos on this in the past, so I won't go into detail here, but it kind of, in brief synopsis, it's just to kind of spread across your risk, just in case any one broker did go bust. And obviously different brokers have different benefits and features in comparison to one another. So definitely by having more than one, you kind of get a lot more features and benefits by having more than one broker. And now as well, also going forward, once all of my 33 positions go into the green, again as discussed earlier, 31 of the 33 are currently in the green, so it probably won't be too long of a bit more dollar cost averaging before all 33 are all in the green. So once that happens, and it's inevitable as well, again, there's nothing to complain about at all, But once that does happen, I will be kind of looking at weekly and monthly charts instead of my overall charts. So for example, let's say my Chevron kind of position, which is up about 70% at the moment, like that's never going to go back down to 70%. Well, again, it is possible, but really something bad really would have to happen to the company going forward. But again, it's going to be a long time before that dips that much. So for example, it was suggested a few weeks back now by some of my subscribers, so thanks for the input, that I should kind of look at the 3-month charts as such. And even if my position is up, say 70%, if it's down on the 3-month chart, that's how I should start dollar cost averaging going forward. Again, particularly once all 33 of my holdings are in the green, I'll need to do that in order to be able to dollar cost average without just having too much cash on the sideline. Again, I'd be interested in your input, and again, I'll put a poll here as well on when I actually start opening my Degiro broker. Do you think I should firstly use the exact same 33 holdings there as well, or do you think I should start a completely brand new portfolio with all new holdings? Again, I'll leave that in a poll, which I'll link in the description below. And another opinion poll that I want to create as well is if you believe the overall stock market is currently in a bubble. If I'll put again a yes or no straightforward poll here, and we'll give the results in my next video. Now we can even see my own portfolio. Again, this is because I staggered in capital, but over the last few months it's up about 15% or just under it. So again, a lot of people do feel that there is a stock market crash on the horizon. Now that's always a topical issue here as well. There can always be the potential of a crash. But do you feel that at this present time, a lot of your portfolio positions are up too much or in a bubble / overvalued? I'd be very interested to know as well your thoughts on this. As stated, I just put up 2 polls here, and I'm going to be very interested to look at tomorrow, the day after, to see what the results are. The first of these was if you believe the stock market is in a current bubble or do you think it's fair valued. And the second question I wanted to put to you guys was, do you believe for my second broker Degiro, should I focus on dividend or growth stocks or a mixture of both? So with all that being said, that kind of brings the end to today's video. I just wanted to give a very brief update after yesterday's market holiday on what stocks / ETFs I'm buying this week and my thought process behind it. And also my plans going forward in terms of dollar cost averaging, and also my second broker Degiro. Thanks very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video.